Today's episode of the realest podcast ever is brought to you by Immortal Vision Studio. Immortal Vision is Philadelphia's premier photography company specializing in capturing all the moments that make life meaningful. Proms, weddings, birthday parties, and all private events, Immortal Vision is there bringing your moments to life. And all my photographers, they also have an extensive equipment rental service and the only Airbnb for photographers in the Philadelphia region where you can book their iconic studio or private suite at an hourly rate. Visit them today at immortalvisionstudio.com or contact them on Instagram at Immortal Vision Studio. Now let's get on with the episode.
Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it.
Hey, let's get it, bro. TRPE, the money, power, respect.
Who said that?
Kendrick. The last one is better. It's a lot of
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a moving to transparency opening this show. For the last week, I've been thinking about all the ways Kendrick beat Drake. He fucked Drake up pretty bad.
I listened to Nothing to Lose. What's it called? Not Like Us.
Not Like Us.
I've listened to
It's in my brain.
I've listened to it so many times, and I just can't get. And you know what? I listen to it a lot, and I like the record. And I came to the realization that Drake is the only nigga who could lose a rap battle with not better raps. That's some Drake shit. That's some Drake shit. Where it don't make no sense. Somehow, some way though, you lost.
Yes.
I don't remember when you would get the answer right and the teacher be like, do the math, and you'd be like, nah, man, my ankle hurt. I ain't coming up to the board.
You ever see that meme where it's like, when you select the right answer and it's green, then it say, this is the wrong answer? That's some Drake shit.
You ever go to put your password in on a website and that shit say incorrect and it'd be like, change password? You go and get the email, click on change password, and then you come back and put in the password you just put in and be like, you can't use the password you used before. And you're like, what the fuck? like, dog, like none of this shit makes sense. And I'm like, yo, Kendrick really beat him with a diss record with not better disses.
Yes.
That's some crazy ass shit.
Salute to Kendrick, man. You found a way to call a nigga a PDF file 900 different ways on 4 different records, and it worked.
It
worked.
Word to the writers, it's some Maya Angelou Still I Ride shit. Like,
it worked, man.
That shit is crazy.
Shout out to Kendrick. I salute you, bro.
I can't believe it. And I listened to Family Matters again the other day, and I'm like, this is the superior diss record. Better lines, better flows, better everything, and it's just like,
it don't matter.
I don't know how the fuck we got here, yo. I cannot believe it, but this is where we are.
Do you think if he broke up Family Matters into like 2 records that it works better? Like if he makes the drop part and then the middle part one song, and then he uses the Kendrick just opened his mouth, he uses that as a whole separate song, does it work?
I think if he doesn't do tailor-made freestyle and does Family Matters right after drop it like it's hot. What the fuck is the name of this song? Push-Ups.
Push-Ups.
If right after Push-Ups, he drops Family Matters during that time period of Kendrick not dropping, it's the energy of like, oh my God, Drake not slowing down. Like, but tailor-made freestyle kind of was just like, it rubbed a lot of hip-hopians the wrong way. And it kind of just set the stage of like, we don't like you.
Yeah, we absolutely don't fuck with you guys.
I like the tailor-made freestyle. I thought it was pretty creative. But a lot of people didn't like it. And it was just like,
just going back and reviewing all of it, it's just kind of like there were missteps made on Drake's behalf. Even when he was more active, like that release of like Push-Ups
was terrible.
Sloppy. Like
terrible.
Super sloppy. To the point where we're already reacting. When I say we, the internet, the YouTube community and all of that, the bloggers and the streamers are already reacting to what they think is an AI or a leaked version, however you want to classify it, so much to the point where Drake is like, no, stop playing that bullshit. This is the real one. And then in the immediate moment of it, it does change the perception of the record, but we can't unsee what we saw already in terms of how sloppy and how lethargic you were on that original version, even though you was spitting. You know what I'm saying? And my thing with Drake is, how the fuck do all your records leak? You are the biggest artist in the world. Why do all your records leak? Your references leak. Your diss records leak. Like, every single thing that you create fucking leaks at some point. It just doesn't make sense. It's like the Wayne shit all over again.
Yeah.
The Carter 3 leaked 19 times.
And still sold $1 million.
Still sold $1 million the first week.
You know, I think at the end of it, yeah, there were missteps on both sides. I just more so look at the grading of it, where
it was graded on a curve.
Seeing the missteps happen on Kendrick's side and no one give a fuck. Like, not even like a flying fuck.
Not even mention it.
Like, no.
Completely changed the subject.
And watching those people go from, oh no, because my man is about to wrap circles around that nigga, and then him not rap a circle is just, and it just be like, but no, we dancing. It's like the craziest shit. Like, I've never seen nothing like it.
Yeah, because now the overarching narrative is he out-draked Drake. Because he made a #1 and another top 5 record out of this. So because of that, he won. And I'm just like, I thought y'all cared about bars.
I've never seen with like, I remember telling somebody that like back to back being nominated for a Grammy was like a big deal. They don't make a fuck about that shit. They be in the streets. And it's like that same motherfucker is like on TikTok. And it's just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So
shout out my nigga Kendrick.
Yo, man, end of the day, I felt what Lil Yachty said. At the end of the day, this shit ain't gonna move their careers either way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Their fan bases are their fan bases. It was ultimate fun for us, for the internet, for the engagement. I'm still not all the way there on it being like the best battle ever. I'm not there.
Dame Dash has proclaimed it the best battle
Dame
ever.
Dash has proclaimed a lot. That isn't right. You know what I'm saying? I hate to be the bearer of bad news. My homie said that the other day. He was like, no, because Dame said that's the best. And I'm like, you hate Dame. I'm just saying. And that right there is the new internet. Where a motherfucker you hate could say something and it's because it's in line with what you're thinking or feeling for the moment.
Let's run it.
But I seen when so-and-so, and it just be like, you put a hit out on the man.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
You told me he was an incredible news source for life.
Like, right. So, you know, I look at it like, Kendrick is still Kendrick. Kendrick is going to be Kendrick. His fans are going to support him, and, you know, but at the end of the day, I went to Kazuza the other night in New York.
An hour of Drake?
An hour and 20. And I'm talking about in New York with New York niggas where they was playing Fabio Foreign and Pop Smoke, and then they was jumping all up and down and throwing them. Did you know how much gang shit it is in New York?
Oh, it's gangs in New York, my brother. In Brooklyn, I think there's like 300 different gang sets just in Brooklyn.
And I'm talking about they going up for Pop Smoke and Favi and what's the other boy? I think he a Blood. The 2 times, is he a Blood?
Oh, Finesse. No. Casanova 2 times.
Book.
Yeah.
Is he a Blood?
He a Blood, yeah.
They was going up for that shit, and but when they cut on motherfucking Life is Good, hey, it's the same, and it's just, that's reality, man. You go out, you have fun, you gotta hear that music.
Yeah, and part of that connective tissue of why that exists is because Drake fucks with the town. Drake comes to New York and is there for 2 weeks and does 5 or 7 shows. He's with Cass Cobain. He's with Favi. Did he
do the Dipset shows?
He did the Dipset shows in Harlem. Like, he's with niggas that actually make shit go. So when you hear Joel Santana say, what the fuck is y'all talking about? It's because of that connective tissue and understanding, like, yo, you can't run that culture vulture bibbity boot on me because, like, I seen what he do for niggas. Like, I seen how he helped niggas.
That was one that was like, all right, y'all. Like, the whole, like, the culture vulture shit only comes up. It's like when somebody, like, you arguing with your chick and she call you fat when you are. It's just like, I'm fat every day.
Or a narcissist.
Yeah, like, oh, this is every day. So why we gotta just today I'm a fat fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not with that. You don't culture vulture Future.
Yeah.
Future wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even make sense. You can't culture vulture Kanye West, where Kanye was running around saying, man, I want you to write all my shit.
Yeah.
You don't culture vulture and Jay-Z come down all the time to record with you.
Yeah, even when y'all
Jay
beefing.
would tell you to get the fuck out of here.
Even when y'all beefing, Jay like, all right, what's going on? What we doing? I'll be right there.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Jay show up all the time for the records.
Calling Drake a culture vulture, considering his resume, it underrepresents the importance of the people that show up for him and the people that he shows up for.
It misrepresents also just the influx of music you've gotten from these relationships.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about, you know what I saw yesterday was like, did you know Gunna and Lil Baby have a diamond record?
Yeah.
Drip Too Hard is diamond.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do we get there without Drake and Lil Baby and then Drip Too Hard and
we don't get there without What a Time to Be Alive, because that album set the score for the next 4, 5, 6 years of what the Atlanta music sounded like, as far as those sonics and the balance of bouncy records with also have records where you could have something to say and talk about. That album creates Super Slimy with Thug and Future, who was beefing like a motherfucker right before, like a week before that, and then we got Super Slimy and they was best friends. So yeah, to lessen the importance of these iconic moments that have happened directly and indirectly from, you know, his influence, that was kind of a nasty point.
Yeah, and
it's a good angle in a battle, but it's just like it doesn't chart when you examine it.
But seeing people try to like lay foundation for this and just makes, like, even down to that show the other day when Ebro and them was like, you know, Drake don't got no culture and he's never
had a sound
from Canada. It's just like, what?
Yeah, even Rory from Rory and Mar was like, all right now. Like I'm pro Kendrick in this, and it's like Toronto had a sound and we all borrow from it. And this is him speaking as a music executive. Somebody has his own record label and all that shit. That
like when you look at Party and Division and all of these dudes, that's like many Drake. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Magic Jordan.
I don't understand that. And then just to see how when Drake dropped Know Yourself, everybody was calling everybody they whoa and talking about what they was running through. Yeah. I remember that. When Drake dropped 0 to 100, that shit became a Sprite campaign. Like, we can't just, and that was a Sprite campaign talking about culture vultures. You know who was involved in that? Nas, Rakim, all the culture and stuff. It's just to see
the foundation of the culture.
To see these things just makes zero sense. And that was my biggest problem with all of this, where it's like, if you want to say that something is going on or something is the result, I'm cool with that. Yeah. But tell me, how the fuck did you get here?
Show your work. Like the math teacher always tell you, show your work. Like, I respect the answer. Show your work.
And a lot of people this week was like, fuck you and that work.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing to show.
I got ChatGPT, bitch.
Yeah, bitch. I'm on this wave. Yeah. And goddamn. And it'd be like, hey, man, well, listen to DNA in the club, then I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
With looking at some of the more outlandish takes, I would respect people more if they just be like, I don't fuck with the nigga and I wanted them to lose. So he lost. I can.
That's the tip Lil Yachty was on. But like, dog, this shit was over before it started.
It was a fixed fight.
Like, the fuck, like
it was a fixed fight.
Because let's just keep it real here. Kendrick Lamar has a Pulitzer.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar has been dubbed. He has 17 Grammys in a year and a half. He's been dubbed as like the voice of the new woke black.
Rolling Stone named him the greatest rapper of all time. #1 over Tupac Shakur, Biggie Smalls, Eminem, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Drake himself. I don't even think Drake was in the top 10.
It was crazy. And you just can't, as a culture, you gotta remember, this is about culture.
Yeah.
As a culture, you just can't be behind that person losing to him.
Right.
Kendrick could get in a rap battle and lose to like 9 other motherfuckers that ain't on that caliber.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar could lose to Cassidy.
He could lose to Freddie Gibbs. Yeah. He could lose to Pusha T.
Like, Cassidy. Motherfuckers would be like, because Cass just when he flamed the fajita. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's reality, but not Drake. Not with them sweaters, not with the part in his hair, not with the barrettes.
Let me ask you this, and I want Dan to he doesn't have a mic, but
Dan is getting it in on Monopoly Go.
If Drake is still mixed race, but from Memphis as opposed to from Toronto, so he's Black American, but mixed race instead of Canadian mixed race Black, does that change the venue of how people view him and how people engage and score this battle?
It don't change. I don't really. To be honest,
You're reasonable.
I don't think this far into these things. I just be like, yo, is this song dope? Is that? I don't really get it.
But I've been forced to examine shit like this. That's normally not a factor.
To be all the way fair, I didn't know how many kids Kendrick had or didn't have, or I didn't know that until like 2 weeks ago.
I'm a fan and I didn't know.
Cause I don't give a fuck. I listen. I'm gonna tell you the realest shit I probably ever said was like, yo, these celebrities, these entities, these people that you see on your television, hear on your radio, see when you connect to your Wi-Fi at McDonald's or whatever the fuck.
Chick-fil-A Wi-Fi.
Yeah. You do not know them.
Yeah.
You do not know them. But y'all be really out here like ready to like niggas this past week. I saw people who I'm like good friends with was getting to the point where it was like, yo, they're gonna start fighting eventually.
Oh yeah, no, I know a bunch of people that hit me and was like, yo, this shit is breaking up friendships. Like this shit is like I got a couple of my homies I'ma slap. Like niggas is telling me this. Like they like, yo, a couple of my homies when I see them, I'ma slap the shit out of them because you can't reason with these people.
And it's just you don't know these people. You don't.
Yeah.
You do not know these people. I look at all of these motherfuckers like they fucking crazy.
You got to. To preserve your own sanity.
Because why the fuck are you even in the entertainment industry to begin with?
Yeah.
You're crazy. 100 years ago, they'd have called you a witch. They'd have set you on fire. Seriously. You got to be out of your fucking mind. So to be out here in the street really capping and caping for these people, and we've seen that going with, we going to get to this Diddy shit. People who are just like...
I'm going to get to you niggas.
Like, dog, where it's just like, you don't know these people. These lights cut off, these motherfucking microphones cut off. You don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers got going on. So it's like the image that they portray for the public is like, do you like this or do you like that? Yeah. I know people that are more into, museum experiences and all kinds of art exhibits and shit like that when they go on vacation. Yeah. Then I know people that are like, I'm trying to do drugs, link up with the hookers and gamble. And it's just like, found my tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to find your tribe. Yeah. But because that's your tribe and that's your tribe, that don't mean neither one of y'all is wrong.
Yeah, nobody can claim superiority.
And I saw so much of that this week. I saw motherfuckers get so far off into, if you fuck with Drake music, that say a lot about you as a parent. And I'm just like, God damn. I said, well, what about listening to Marvin Gaye?
Yeah. Lil Tommy is doomed because I like Controller.
My dad listened to Jimi Hendrix. He had acid in his eyes. It's like, what the fuck, man? So seeing that was just like, all right, y'all are making this way more nasty than it gotta be.
Yeah.
Can we just get to these songs? Are they good? And that's the problem with the mudslinging aspect of rap records.
Talked about it on Patreon the other day.
Shout out to Oskino, man. I hope you hear this. Oskino got on that motherfucking freestyle when State Property was dissing Nas, and he said, I don't know your baby mom, that's Jay. Yeah. I don't know her.
All I know is A
but
to the
you,
K.
I'm gonna kill your motherfucking ass. That's some shit where it's just like, yo, I'm not about to get on here and sling no crazy ass mud. Nah, I'm just gonna rap better than you.
Right.
Styles used to get on there and say that crazy shit he said. Like, dog, Jada too, like, we're just rapping, and we're going to show that we rap better than you.
Yeah.
But now diss tracks is, I found out what happened on July 17th. Like, it's that shit.
It's you know what this records is like now? Do you remember when The Rock was on Saturday Night Live and they was doing the wrestling promo and he was like, I've been catfishing you for the last 4 years. It's like that's what modern day rap battles is.
Like even down to Story of Adidon, and I kind of at the time I understand that it's scathing.
Yeah.
But I said, and people got mad at me, I'm like, Pusha T raps so much better than he did on Story of Adidon.
Yes.
Because his objective on Story of Adidon was, let me TMZ this nigga y'all really, really like. Mm-hmm. And even when you look at Back to Back, which was before Story of Adidon, Drake wasn't TMZing on there. He was creating funny ass bars using what was going on.
He made a mockery of them.
Right. Them trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
Now you're getting bodied by the singing nigga. Oh. It's me rapping and using quirky,
that a
quick
world
bars.
tour or your girl tour. This ain't what she said when she said. This ain't what she meant when she said you open up more.
Like it just that was clever as shit.
Yeah.
But Story of Adidon completely flipped everything to now. It's like, oh, if it's this time, your children, your mother. Kendrick got a song called Meet the Grams where it's like 4 verses. He don't dedicate shit to Drake.
I'm gonna talk to everybody around your bitch ass.
And people are like, my God, this is great. And it's just like, no, it's not. It's strange. And that's what Jewels was like. The man wrote a nursery rhyme.
Wrote him a bedtime
story for the kids. It's just like, come on, man. And you see now Meet the Grams, like people are coming down off the horse of that, like, yeah, Meet the Grams kind of suck. And it's just like, well, I said that initially.
Yeah, I mean, time reveals all. So it's like, as time goes along, people are going to recognize Family Matters for its greatness. People are going to recognize other songs. Euphoria is starting to be recognized for its greatness. They're going to recognize other songs, 616 and Meet the Grams. I'm like, oh, this shit is not that good. Like, it's just it's the timeliness of these records that fooled everyone into thinking that they were good because Kendrick never comes to the court and play ball. No. So the fact that you got 4 records in a week, niggas is just mind blown off of that. Fuck what he's saying. This nigga's active. And I hope for the people that are going this hard and loving him this much, I hope that he continues to be active on regular rapping and not just to diss this fucking megastar that everybody fucking was loving the world over 3 weeks ago. So it's like, if he's not going to come and perform at this same high level and consistently put records out with this new record deal and all of this old shit and all of this positive momentum that he got, then that just goes to show you, like, he don't really fuck with y'all like that.
It's just crazy to see this. I saw this on Facebook the other day and I was just like, yo, man, like, I'm about to just let me out though. Dude said the nerve of niggas thinking that Drake is the reason why motherfuckers have success. And the boy, the comments, boy, like, what are you talking about now? So I guess he had talked some other bullshit.
You've been on some bullshit all week.
I guess he had been on some bullshit.
We've already tuned you out.
The boy, like, what are you talking about now? And he was like, people have it in their brains that Drake is like the eye of the storm when it comes to success on these large scales. And boy's like, I mean, if you want to be real, he kind of is. Like, he's giving mad artists their like biggest records of their lives. And he was like, bro, Kendrick got 2 number 1 records in the span of 2 months. He ain't had a solo number 1 since Damn.
Right.
He's like, Kendrick got 2 number 1s in the span of 2 months. You're not about to sit here and tell me that shit is because of Drake. Drake ain't on them records. And the boy was like, he's dissing the man.
He's up there about Drake.
What? I'm like that was a dead ass Drake diss and not like us as a Drake. I'm like, what the fuck do y'all be talking about? But that's where, and you see that, and it's just like, why even waste my time?
Yeah. I mean, some people you just can't engage. And I think that's the biggest lesson that we can all learn here as we come down for this, as it is over. I think there'll continue to be certain sneak disses and all of that over the years because Drake is still pushing Pusha T 8 years later. So I think there'll still continue to be little subliminals here and there and all of that. But as far as like a dedicated time period where Kendrick is coming off of being inactive, which is all the time. And then Drake is coming off of fucking tour and shit like that and basically has nothing to do until whenever the hell the next album is coming out. You're never going to get that dedicated, let's clear this shit out and go OK Corral and shoot it out.
I got to give my homie G a shout out, man. He had me dying the other day. On the Patreon, we was talking about people going on vacation and like mad because they hearing Drake, and it's just like, nigga, I go on vacation. That's what the fuck y'all better play. And he's like, I'm looking at these Kendrick fans like, y'all like this Kendrick shit so much. We go on vacation. We out here at the pool, and we got the hookahs, and we got the bottles. We gonna be playing Drake, and y'all asking need to go over to the Kendrick Lamar section. And he's like, that shit gonna be like Gilligan's Island. They over there building coconuts in the radios and shit. And he's like, yeah, go over there and listen to that King Kunta shit.
Swine, my brother.
Yo, he said, go over there and listen to that King Kunta shit with your luau shit on. We over here having fun like a motherfucker. And it's just like, yeah, man, at the end of the day, you gonna like what the fuck you like. You gonna like who you like. And like I said before, if you're a Kendrick fan, you know what scope you're looking at this through. Man, Kendrick got Drake up out of it. I told y'all he was gonna mash on him. If you're a Drake fan, you know what you're looking at this through. Drake went at all of you niggas. Yeah. He went at 20 different motherfuckers.
Yeah, like he might have lost to this nigga, but he cooked the other 19 of you niggas.
Like, and I'll keep it a buck with you. This is just how I personally feel. him versus Kendrick is not the washing that y'all are pretending.
No. It's not a wash.
And that's what the fuck it was supposed to be. Niggas portrayed it like it was supposed to be a bloodbath. It was supposed to be ether, no Vaseline.
Yeah.
If Kendrick ever decided to shoot at Drake. And I'm sitting here looking at it like, Drake got the best diss record out of this shit.
Yeah, he's still standing.
And it just, like, straight up, and it's just like, I don't see what y'all are seeing, and I don't think y'all are seeing it either. I think y'all just want to see it.
Yes, they project them.
Remember Martin with the glasses? Like, you and IT? like, y'all are just wanting to see this shit. So, at the end of the day, I think it was cool. It was a fun couple of weeks because of all the engagement. I saw way too much engagement at a certain point. I still don't think I don't think it's Nas and Hov, I'll be honest with you. And I'm not sure if it's Biggie and Pac. But I think for the couple of weeks we had, it was very entertaining. Yeah, I mean,
it turned itself from the worst battle, clearly, of all time, and being very one-sided to the point where...
the second half was amazing.
Yeah, the second...
They hammered the second half over.
They hammered it. Yeah. So it's like, so with that in mind, it's like, yeah, let's give them props for being active, for dedicating time to this shit, for clearing out their schedules, for fucking being fan first and saying, yo, we gonna give the fans, the streamers, the bloggers, the podcasters, all of that shit, something to talk about for a fucking 3-week span straight, whatever the case may be, and doing it for hip hop. I still don't agree with some of the tactics. I don't even like the domestic violence shit on Drake's behalf. I definitely don't like the PDF file shit that Kendrick ran with as a narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, those are serious allegations and you got to substantiate that with something. It's like calling somebody a rat. You got to substantiate that.
My biggest thing with the pedophile and the domestic violence shit that went on is, where is law enforcement? Yeah. If all of these things are going on, where are the police officers?
Yeah, we saw the motherfucking Homeland Security at Diddy house. We seen it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's allegations, they at the crib.
So for that to be the angle in a rap battle, where we salute the not ratting and not doing all these other things, to have that be your angle where you're talking about felony level crimes, and not cool felony level crimes like drug dealing and loan sharking and all that cool shit.
You ain't selling bricks. Everybody can get with that.
Yeah, we all behind that. But it's like, for it to be beating your wife and then touching underage girls and y'all are dancing and jumping around, it's just like, this is getting a bit strange.
Yeah.
And no one's addressing this shit. At least Drake, for what he did, was getting on the track. It's like, yo, stop fucking playing, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be fucking serious. And it's like, no one on the other side has been like, man, y'all got to be clean. We motherfucking black power families over here. Like, it's none of that shit. And it's just all gotten a bit strange.
Yes.
Shout out to Oskino. I don't know your baby mom. That's Jay.
Shout out, oh man.
Straight up. Before we get with the shit real quick, can I tell you, I got to give Marv a shout out.
Okay.
Marv is the craziest nigga on the planet.
He's also the drunkest nigga in Philadelphia last week.
Marv, you was with me. Hits me the other day. We was talking about happy hours, whatever. He goes to the happy hour and is mad that the happy hour bill is more than what he thought it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's like, y'all pipe this shit up for this.
Y'all pipe this shit up.
Y'all pipe this shit up to be $80. My bill double, triple that. This is crazy. And I'm like, hey man, I'm looking at the bill and I'm like, you didn't do anything right. You know what I'm saying?
This isn't a very happy bill.
You did it. This is a very, very unhappy hour. It looks like you did everything wrong. Dog. 4 hours later, I go on my Instagram. Marv is in the club in the section buying bottles. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
I can't believe how much they charge me in happy hour. This is ridiculous.
And Deke, like, you know the Dos Equis man is the most interesting man on earth. He's like, Marv is the most ridiculous man on earth. Straight up, man. But outside of how you feeling? We can talk to each other in a quick second on the main feed.
Yeah, I know. I think the last time
it was the Drake and Kendrick.
It was the Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah,
it's a constant thing.
Shout out Core, shout out Dutch. We got another interview dropping this week. You know what I'm saying? We been running with a lot of shit.
Yes.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Just, at this point, it's just about a lot of people are coming to us. Because of the activity, because of the success of the platform and all of the work that we've been putting in and stuff like that. Shout out CJ Wolf. People are bringing various forms of opportunity, our way, whether it be, let's do an interview, let's collab on this, can y'all pull up and do like some red carpet shit here, whatever. So that makes me feel especially good because it's being recognized by people that we don't even know that are listening. We talk to probably 80% of our audience on a consistent basis, whether it be Patreon messages, comments, Instagram, whatever. Some of them got our phone numbers, stuff like that. So we talk to a good amount of our audience. So to be having to where all of these different outliers are contacting us and stuff like that. And then a lot of new people are getting introduced to the show and everything like that. I had a really dope conference call yesterday with a big organization.
Yeah. I slept that.
Yeah, you did. It's good news though.
Okay. Yo, this week kind of just got away from me.
It was a blur.
Yeah, man. Remember, I didn't even know what day it was?
Yeah.
You absolutely right.
So,
Jesus
so we have
Christ.
a lot of positive momentum right now, man. Shout out to Kyrie Terrell, Focus Studios, doing, easing into a partnership, with him and with them.
Kyrie think he getting out of some money from me. I don't know what's going on. Like Chad told you about the studio, he told me, but hey, I'm talking to Kyrie Terrell. No, shout out Kyrie. That's my man.
So yeah, it's a good time, man. And I think right now, leading into summer, leading into Roots Picnic weekend, stuff like that, I got a few loose ends to tie up before that as far as people that's going to be here and stuff. Karen Civil, a couple other people I'm supposed to reach out to about, possibly doing some interviews or whatever the case may be. So it's a good time to be TRPE, man.
Yeah, man. Straight up. This week was a blur like a motherfucker. I looks like I'm most likely gonna take this job at the parking authority.
Hey, man, clap that up.
Yeah, it was on the table if I wanted to go back to SEPTA, and we could talk about it now. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But
that would be a form of mental abuse.
Yeah, but the crazy part is I went down there and because the lady was like, "Have you given a thought to regional rail?" And I was like, because I was like, I don't want to drive the bus ever again.
Yeah,
and so I went down and literally I got down there. I got into it with the lady at the front desk. Then I got into it with the fucking the person running the unit for the test, John. Lee was just like, "Yo, leave!
Yeah.
Like you out! Like just leave that shit! Like why are you?" I'm just like, I don't know. I was thinking about it, but no, I'm most likely going over there. So all depending on not dependent, but a lot of shit that gotta happen this week or whatever.
Admin stuff.
Admin shit. But that's probably where I'm gonna go. You want to hear some funny shit? You can't work for the parking authority and owe them anything.
Yeah, I found that out recently.
So I went. I had to go down. The lady, I'm upstairs, do all the stuff for like the test, the urine, the alcohol, the bullshit. They like, you gotta see about your tickets or whatever. If you want to get on a payment plan, I'm like, I got one ticket. I just gotta pay whatever. They pull up every ticket you've ever gotten on any license plate
since the inception.
Dog. Ticket from 83. How that work? I was born in 84.
Parking authority formed in 99.
How that work? Dog. She was like, you got a ticket on a license plate, HRE3. I'm like, HRE?
Yeah, keep in mind, my plate right now that I just got on my CRV is MH.
They in the M's. Dog. This joint is a HRE. And I'm like, HRE? I'm like, that was my caddy. She was like, yeah, the ticket says December 4th, 2009. I'm like, God damn. And I'm like, that's 15 years ago.
You only heard the statute of limitations around
so I was like, can I fight it? She was like, you don't think it's a bit ridiculous to fight it? That's 15 years ago. I'm like, how y'all ain't ridiculous for asking for it?
Yeah. Why haven't y'all written this off as bad debt?
No. They pull up every ticket you ever got.
Ooh, wait.
And yeah, I was telling Dunbar, he was like, oh, man, I'd hate to see what's going on. My Century? Oh, man. Jules was like, dog, he's like, I can only imagine the tickets I got from like, remember them junk cars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Told you I had a 94 Grand Prix with a bad motor. Shit was in a flood. I know it's tickets on that, John. 92 Bonneville. Yeah. The burgundy, the door in a different color. Burgundy door gray.
My man Pimp was like,
it's tickets.
Pimp said he got booted. He went down there. He was like, the lady, he's like, can you print out all the tickets? The lady was like, all right, hold on, let me go get a stapler. I was like, damn. He said she had to put them shows together.
Let me get a manila folder. All these
Pimp was like, dog, I'm looking at this shit like, yo, it's no way, dog. Like 97, 96, like what the fuck? And it's just like, yeah, you got a ticket in front of the vet. Like, we need.
Yeah, you got a ticket at the Civic Center, apparently. Must have been a WCW event.
You double parked at King of Jeans.
Denim Fusion. 4 tickets in front of Unica.
Hey, man, you was in front of the hydrant at Big George's on 52nd. Like, they just pulling up everything.
Man, shit that don't exist no more.
Like, yeah, man, straight up. But yeah, no, they pull up every ticket ever. I was hurt.
Like the Uptown Theater, that shit closed when Bill Cosby moved out of Philly. Like, what's going on?
Like, God damn. Oh, yeah, nigga got a ticket in front of the Hollywood. Like, that's a Cleaners. Straight up. But yeah, man, they pull up every ticket, so I was kind of hurt by that. But all's well that ended well. You know what I mean?
Well, congratulations on that, man.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
I'm sure you'll have stories.
And that's what I told a couple people. They're like, I can't wait for the stories. You know? I'm like, yeah, that's going to be funny. But yeah, it's funny though, because I had a conversation this week before we go into the next subject. Do you be realizing that like parts of your life are over? Like, do you sit in that?
I've been sitting in that a lot lately.
Ain't that like a wild feeling?
Being 40 will do that to you. Like, you're just like, damn, I'm not 26 no more, huh? All right.
And you had these, for me, it happens in like moments.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it was like going down there to go to that test shit. And so what happened was I went down to take you got to do a test for the regional real. So I go down to do the shit. I see it. It says logic, math, train knowledge.
Okay.
Now, I've talked to 2 people who I should curse out in hindsight.
Clearly, they got a 68 on the test.
I know they're both listening, and I'm not going to call them out by name because they're both pretty nice people. But I asked both these jabronis to their face, is there anything I need to study or know going down to take this test?
Yeah.
Both of them said, no.
Oh, no, it's just straightforward, baby.
You smart, you good. I'm like, okay. So they explain the whole test procedure, what happens, boom, boom, boom. The first test is a logic test. Mm-hmm. You know, simple shit. If this gear turns this way, that gear turns this way, which way does this gear turn? And, you know, if this person pulls this pulley, but that person pulls that pulley, who has to use more tension to get it over? Logic.
Yeah.
I take the logic. It's 30 questions. I get 29 of them right. Okay, breeze through that. The next part is math. Mm-hmm. You know I love math. Yeah. I'm like, this is nothing. I literally don't even blink. 20 questions, 20 right. The lady even was like, hey, you got 100 on math? I'm like, yeah, math is pretty easy. It's simple. And the math to that credit, it's not even hard math. It's just like, if this is added to this and this, but then on that day it's a half zone fair, what happens if you put all that together and then you work 2 hours? It's just simple shit like that. Yeah. So whatever. The third part is train knowledge. So I'm like, all right, like, you know, train knowledge. Like, you know.
I watched Thomas the Train.
Yeah, you know.
I've been on a summer. I say I fuck around.
You know? So the first question was like, what's normal speed for a train? Mm-hmm. 30 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour, as fast as the train can go.
We know it ain't that. We know it ain't as fast as the train can go.
That is it.
That's it?
Think about it. The normal speed for a train. Normal speed, meaning like it reaching its top speed while it's on a track going. If a train is going 45 miles an hour, something's wrong. Think about it. A cellar train's going 100 and something miles an hour.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? So if a train is going 45 miles an hour, it's not normal.
That notion just seems dangerous.
I guess that's from me being in transportation. It's just, I understood it. So I'm like, I clicked that. I'm like, I get it right. The next question was like, what is the technical term that they use to refer to a train? And I'm like, oh, engine, you know, Thomas the engine, you know what I'm saying? So I click engine, right. The third, and already I'm starting to be like, why would somebody randomly though just know this shit? So I'm like, the third question was some shit about like voltage in train battery cell packs. I'm just like,
we getting specific now.
You ever see the whiteboard that meme? We be like,
that academics mean?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Nigga, what?
So I asked the lady, I said, come on. I was like, hey, this is what I said. I'm like, how the hell would I know this? And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, this question is like, kind of like, that's a crazy question to ask somebody who's never worked or done anything with trains.
Yeah, this is some expertise shit.
She was like, oh, you didn't read the train manual? And I was like, what manual?
Yeah, no one told me about a manual.
She was like, oh, you didn't get the manual in the email when they sent you the confirmation for the test? I'm like, fuck no. And I got every email that I got from here. She was like, damn, sometimes they do go to the spam. I I was like, no bullshit, in a full test center, the squad, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? So everybody looked up because I'm like, what? Like, how the fuck is that your response?
Yeah.
Not, oh, damn, or even when y'all send the emails, how about check your spam folder?
Exactly. Be sure to check your spam
because the way you said it was, damn, yeah, sometimes.
Damn, you fell through the cracks, baby.
You know this, my bad. You know this happens.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Out of it's 30 questions, you got to score at least a 65. I'm like, realistically, I'm 2 down. I got 28 questions left. Realistically, all I got to do is knock out 16 of those, and I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like, damn, yeah, you technically. I'm like, trust me, I'm mad. I'm like, I got to knock out 16 out of the next 28. I feel like I could just guess through the shit. She's like, I don't want you to do that though, because if you do that and fail, you can't take the test again for 6 months. So I'm just like, so what I got to do? She's like, just call and reschedule the shit. Cause I'm like, can't I just reschedule it with you to just come back and do it? I'll do it in an hour or two. Give me the book. I'll go skim over the book. She was just like, nah, it don't really work like that. I'm like, work like normal, right? So I come out, go into the lobby. I make the phone call to, mind you, I'm looking at her through the glass. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at her through the glass. I call on the thing like, yeah, I need to reschedule the test. You told me to call the number, so I'm calling to reschedule it. She was like, okay, I could get you in on June 13th. I said, you know what? Fuck y'all, man.
I'm fucking out of here.
You know what? Fuck y'all, man.
Playing fucking games.
Yeah, man. And I walked out, and literally walking out of the building, I kind of turned around and was just like, never walking in this joint again. Like, I kind of just felt it.
Sometimes you got to save yourself from yourself, man.
Yeah, man. But enough of that. Get a good introduction.
Yes,
some good Drake Kendrick shit. Let's get to this nigga Diddy.
This nigga's cooked.
Finished.
This nigga's deep fried barbecue baked
fried,
sauteed,
dyed, laid to the side, little red beans and gravy.
He's cooked. I want to start this segment by giving out my y'all weird to all you goofy niggas,
brother.
Both in the entertainment industry and not, with your victim blaming, with your contrarian, with your they trying to take a black man down. Puff was about to buy BLK Prime and all this bullshit that y'all niggas was on. Niggas like Slim Thug, niggas like Meek Mill. Who else was loud? Was very, very loud about this shit. It was a couple of y'all, but those two were the loudest about this shit. And it's like, how would you feel if you're Meek and this week you got into a beef with probably the beef master of hip hop, no Diddy, and it's all over you defending this nigga over some shit that he absolutely did. How much of a fucking idiot do you feel and look like where you stepping up? You trying to be so thorough and step up for a nigga that now you wrapped up in his bullshit, and then a video drops, which is, it seems to be very targeted and very specific to me by whoever the fuck dropped it and leaked it to CNN, where it's like, we not even going to let this narrative start up. Where it's like, oh, y'all trying to step on a black man and y'all root for him to get indicted and woo. We're not even going to start that narrative. Let's just show some proof and shut you niggas the fuck up because y'all keep saying dumb shit. So it was very, very odd. The timing of it, the fallout of everything. I talked to Mike Knox today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mike Knox. He just called me on the random. You know, I'm just checking it. I'm like, I know what you calling me, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, you said what needed to be said, because when you go, the problem with arrogance is this: when arrogance goes unchecked for an extended amount of time, you start thinking that you're right because nobody's calling you on your bullshit. And Meek, for a very, very, very long time, has operated with a lot of arrogance in a lot of different scenarios. And this Puffy shit, him saying what he said the other day and kicking off a beef with 50 of all people as a result of this.
Wait, I'm completely lost. What happened with them?
Oh, so the other day he's like, yeah, y'all people, you know, I never seen people so happy to try to root for somebody to get indicted or go to jail. That's weirdo behavior. Y'all niggas crazy. And 50, he miserable, and he you know, he just sit around all day and talk about what another person got going on and acting like I had
no clue any of this.
Yeah. All of this all unfolded this week. This was like Monday, Tuesday. I think he was in New York when this was going on. Okay. So this is like Monday, Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah, go figure. I heard living life and shit.
And then in the midst of it, he threw Mike Knox and it's like, yeah, you ain't even put Mike Knox on yet. And it's just like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Okay.
Like, you ain't even put Mike Knox on yet. You don't do nothing for niggas and whoop, whoop, whoop and all this hip shit. And I'm just like, do he know who he's talking to? Like, do he know who he's talking to? And it's like understanding the history of Meek and 50 and the MMG, G and shit and all of that, and seeing Gunplay get ragdolled and belly to back suplex and all of that crazy shit that went on with him, and videos of Khaled Mom, and you know what I'm saying? Like, 50 flying out Tia Kemp and leaking all of this shit. Like, shit get different when you going back and forth with a dude like 50. You know what I'm saying? We seen Slow Bucks get socked up and get it removed of his jewelry on stage at Summer Jam in front of 80,000.
Hilarious.
Give me this chain.
Socked
and
up.
kicked him in the ass and kicked him off stage. You know what I'm saying? He holding press conferences and all kind of shit, because shit get dangerous when you dealing with a nigga like 50 who went to war with Supreme. So the whole notion of, number one, you defending a nigga that if all you did was just take the time to read the legal brief, you would have understood the nigga's guilty as fuck. Because as soon as I read the legal brief from the Cassie filing back in November, which now it's May.
The Cassie legal brief was very straightforward.
It was super buttoned up.
That's the reason why $10 million got fucking sent over in 8 hours.
Because it's like, oh, damn, you remember all that?
After business.
Yeah. Oh, you remember? Oh, shit.
Nigga,
man.
the MoneyGram at 7-Eleven getting it in.
So if I send, can I send $8 million in one transaction?
After that fucking week, so what King Johnny doing? We have received your telegram.
She said, why don't you make it a cool
million? Nigga at the window, slide $10 million under the glass.
Nigga sent that bread over. So it's like,
no, this shit, how much for right away? I can't wait. This shit,
I need instant transfer, immediate availability.
Hey, like, yo, instant transfer, $124 for every 1,000. Hey, it gotta be done. It gotta be done. Yo, oh my God, that is hilarious.
So with that as the backdrop, why do you decide to go on a Twitter rampage defending a nigga? Shit. With charges like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where all you had to do was just sit down and read the case, or pay somebody a little $100 to read it to you, and you would have understood this nigga's guilty as fuck.
Millionaires, billionaires, you know, I watch this foods and mega stores that built America and Titans that built America, all this shit. If it's one thing that a millionaire, billionaire motherfucker hate doing, it's paying money for legal shit. They hate it.
Yep.
These motherfuckers get found guilty and liable all the fucking time for all different things. You know what they do? Drag that shit out in court for 50 years.
Yeah, because they have the financial propensity to be able to, they'll pay lawyers before they pay you.
Remember what Terrence, I don't know if y'all ever watched Entourage, you remember what Terrence told Ari when Ari got the verdict? I'll gladly spend $50 million over the next 50 years to not pay you a dime today of that $10 million I owe you. And Ari was just sitting there looking stupid. And it's just like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, we're going to put appeals on appeals on appeals on appeals.
So the fact that shit got fucking filed and Puffy was at that MoneyGram all night. Nigga came to the MoneyGram at 9 p.m.
Justin, how much you got on you? It's a Western Union where you at, Playboy? Gotta send Cassandra this money.
The fact that Puffy sent that 10 mil, that don't tell you nothing. What do y'all say? The writing is in the tea leaves. Like, you know what's going on. Read the tea leaves, dog. You know what the fuck is going on. So that other John was not.
It's wild.
But the Cassie briefing was very straightforward. So to follow up your point, all the niggas with the, well, I mean, I don't know why we trying to do this to a black man, and the niggas on the, well, what she do? All of that crazy ass shit. Yeah. When you see that, I really genuinely wanted to know how certain niggas felt.
Yeah.
Like, I'll keep it a bar with you. I think that all the black men who were running around with this nigga, I think y'all need to make statements about this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Stout, Harv, Hov,
Stevie
Swiss
J,
Beats,
goofy ass.
all
You on Instagram every day with something to say.
There was a picture years ago that was floating around. They were like sitting around a dinner table. It was Swiss Beats with Alicia Keys standing behind him, Hov with Beyonce standing behind him, Steve Stout and whoever that was standing behind him, Kanye and Kim Kardashian standing behind him, and then Puff and Cassie standing behind. And it's just like, almost like we're the superior level of like what you should want.
There's some black royalty shit.
Right. And it's just like, what do y'all think?
Yeah.
Cause seeing that shit, and I like seeing that shit made me, first off, prayers up to Cassie.
Absolutely.
Because as a woman who went through that, to have to see it be relived on everybody's timeline. I said it yesterday, we ain't even supposed to be posting this shit like that.
No.
I get why it's going the way it's going. One, y'all engagement farming, but that's a whole nother joint. And I get to bring an awareness to it. But I'm like, think about her now who can't even get on Instagram, who can't even get on TikTok, who can't get on Twitter, who can't even turn on CNN. Like you, cause you don't know where you might see that shit at.
Right.
And I know her phone is buzzing off the fucking, just, I can only imagine.
And to that point, her best friend, who's a songwriter, been saying this for 5 years. Mm-hmm. Puff, one of his ex assistants, been saying this for 5 years.
I mean, everybody in
one of his ex-girlfriends, the Asian girl, I was pregnant, he stomped on my stomach, been saying this for 5 years. Did an interview with Tasha K, and allegedly he threatened to kill both of them over the interview.
Mm-hmm. I got some thoughts on that whole thing.
Over the interview, Gene Dill shout out to Gene Dill. He made a career of talking about all the bullshit this nigga was doing.
Oh, Mark Curry literally has a book called Dancing with the Devil
from 20 years ago.
Straight up. And Mark Curry talked about a lot of shit, and you know niggas don't read.
Yeah.
But it's like that.
What Jadakiss say, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book.
Yeah. Chris Rock too, yeah. Like, it's the truth. So, prayers up and you know, respect to Cassie for just going through that shit.
Respect to Cassie, prayers to Cassie, prayers to any of the women that came in contact with this nigga.
My heart goes out to the women who saw themselves in that. Because there are tons of women out here who aren't Cassie, who don't have a fucking hit record and don't deal with billionaire. Like, there are women out here who are just going to work every day that done been stomped on and drugged down hallways. And that type of shit bothers me so much because I've never been cool with it.
Yeah.
Ever. And this is the joint for me. I've legitimately stopped being friends with someone because of some shit he did to a young girl. Like, when we were young, like some shit he did, I just was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I'm cool on this.
And that's the way it should be. Because you should want a reflection of yourself and your peers.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should want a reflection of yourself and your peers. So if I'm cool with a nigga and then he get jammed up for some sex crime shit tomorrow, I told my girl this the other day. I said, I'm going to go where that nigga is at. We're going to sit down. We're going to have a conversation. And I'm going to ask very specific, very detailed questions. And if his answers don't satisfy me or aren't sufficient to explain why he's wrapped up in this shit, I'm done with this nigga.
Like, listen. And it makes me really, really question, like, fuck the internet. Fuck all that shit. The internet isn't real. But, like, as men, do we ever, like, really have honest tribunals with ourselves and our peer groups? Like, do we ever come to the realization of, like, having to cast someone out? Yeah. Not just I'm going to fall back, but literally telling a motherfucker to his face, yo, the way you're moving is not the way I'm moving.
Yeah.
I can't fuck with this.
No, we don't.
So
if we do, it's not enough of a percentage in order to be that pronounced, and it's usually tied to other shit that don't have nothing to do with like being a man with scruples and morals and integrity.
So, like, me personally, if I looked up, and I mean, like, I got very good friends. You're a very good friend. Dan is a friend. Jules, right? Like, if I look up and seen somebody I know in a video situation like that, it'd be like, I don't even know if we about to sit down and try to figure this out, because that shit, there's no reason.
Yeah, some shit like that, that's nothing to figure out.
Again, I've never put my hand. I've been punched in the face by a woman I was dealing with. I've never put my hands on a woman. But I understand how sometimes somebody's so fucking erratic that you might have to grip somebody to stop them from wilding the fuck out. But chasing someone down a hallway while you in a fucking towel.
A towel on the bathroom.
Not in the road, just a towel. He had on just a towel. Nigga was shoeless. So it's like you chasing someone in just a towel. Knock her in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Punch her in the back of the head.
Dope fiender.
Punch her in the back of the head, then kick her in the ribs twice, shoeless. Like what in the Jean-Claude Van Damme? Then you grab her and drag her down the hallway. You grab the bag, grab the phone, all that shit. It's just like, yo, what the fuck? She walks off, goes back to the elevator. You come running back, boom, throw her in the corner again.
And throw a vase at her.
Then you sit down and grab up. Like you completely out of control.
Yeah.
This ain't Molly or Coke or Rolling Rock. This is you.
Yeah, this is your, and here's the thing. Like we've said on some of these past shows, we talked about this nigga. This is your normal menacing self. You have a history of menacing and taking shit too far.
Yeah.
Trying to fight Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole tuned you the fuck up because of that. The shit with
What was that over?
The control verse. Why would you call yourself the king of New York? Let me holler at you, playboy. Fuckers up with you, nigga. Da, 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 da. And J. Cole stepped in like, yo, chill out. And Puff insisted, and J. Cole tuned him the fuck up. And then
it was funny because somebody the other day was like, all these rap niggas that won all this beef. The one nigga who don't want no beef is the only one to put hands on Puff and shit. I was like, yeah,
tuned him the fuck up. He had the shit with Drake in the club in Miami over 0 to 100. And he was on record on various, like on some, I don't know if it was a podcast or somebody recorded his phone call saying, when I see Drake, I'm gonna fuck that nigga up, like over this fucking record. Like that audio floated around here. The coach with the fucking kettlebell. Like there's been stories about how you move and how you operate, and the fact that you have a crazy temper and that you take shit to the extreme. The Steve Stout situation, you take shit to the complete extreme and then try to piece it up and apologize later. But in you taking it to the extreme, you're trying to exert your will and emasculate these people, emasculate these men, so that they know, like, yeah, nigga, you know, next time we ain't gonna have this problem. You gonna do what the fuck I say because I put my hands on your motherfucking head. So it's a way. It's the same shit that Suge Knight did to people. It's the same shit, which is why they had the issues that they had.
The realest shit I ever fucking heard, I forgot who it was. It was fuck. Who the fuck was it? I can't think of who said it, but he was like, the issue with Suge and Puff is they the same person.
They the same nigga. That's the whole issue.
He was like, Puff is more like Suge than Suge is. He's like no, that's what he said. The image that Suge gives off, Puff is closer to that than Suge actually is.
Right.
And I'm like, And he was like, yeah, like when you really get into all that shit that went on with like Wolf and Big Meech, and Puff is like, yeah, he's a menace.
Yeah.
But that kind of went on for years, where all of that shit that happened with the early Bad Boy years, all the shit that went on. Look at all the shit that went on with like Danity Kane and all of them years. Shit, the band and everything, and it just I can't believe Puff, man.
He's been on some erratic, bad, like unreasonable temper. Fuck bad, unreasonable temper, drug addict, just all over the place type action. How else do you explain a motherfucker losing $1 billion company over nothing? Over some shit you made up? That's some crackhead shit. Like, how the fuck do you go to court? How you
lose $1 billion company over some shit you made up?
Some shit you made up. That's some crackhead shit. You are a fucking crackhead.
Yeah, man.
Like, you literally took these people to court for no reason. They said, yo, we don't even know why we here. We paid them $1 billion. Here's the fucking receipts. We paid them $1 billion over 14 years. We don't even understand why we in court. They like, well, you know, Mr. Combs is the legend, is race discrimination and da-da-da-da. They say, yo, we got the most diverse portfolio of liquor brands and ambassadors in the world. We rep like 300 different liquor companies. What is he talking about? In fact, he was supposed to...
What is he talking about?
In fact... When we launched,
that's so funny.
When we launched
what is he talking
about? When we launched Deleon with him, we were 50-50 partners. He was supposed to put up half of the money for marketing, manufacturing, production, and this, and this. He gave us $2,000. He wrote a check for $2,000 for the legal filing, and we never saw another coin.
Y'all take money, Graham?
I'll write you a check.
Yeah,
Don't write no checks out of that Sean Combs account. Oh, damn. Oh, shit.
No.
I'll write you one out of the real account.
Giving a partner $2,000 and they pay you back $1 billion over the time of the deal.
And then you take them to court. That's some crackhead shit.
That's definitely some crackhead shit, man. Fucking crazy
so
as shit.
So now, not only did you lose the $1 billion, you know what I'm saying? Not only did you lose the $1 billion, you also lost the operating money, which was the marketing budget. They were paying the marketing budget to Combs Enterprises every year. Mm-hmm. That was $15 million per company. Mm-hmm. 15 for Ciroc, 15 for Deleon. Mm-hmm. And you fucked that up. You are a crackhead.
Man, you are a drug addict.
You are a drug addict.
Yeah, man.
Because only a drug addict sits back and says, damn, so Jay sued Bacardi. They just going to pay him, huh?
They just going to pay him?
They just going to pay him back? Okay, I'm going to show these niggas at Diageo something. I know shit going good.
Yeah.
Any lawyer.
I know everything is fine.
That's some crackhead shit. So, any lawyer worth their salt is like, bro, we shouldn't, this is a bad job. You know what I'm saying? Unless they just a greedy dickhead. But any real stand-up law firm is like, they paid you how much? Over how long? They never been late with no payment. You've been getting money every month since 2009? The
operating budget alone is ridiculous.
You hitting
30 M's, dog.
A year for marketing. You could pay. That's trick money. You could pay Carisha. You just putting it on your TV network. Mm-hmm. You had the best shit going in history, and it all fell down in a year's time.
You had the best shit going, and you almost skated on all your bullshit.
Almost.
You
You hit Cassie with the hezzy, and then it led to everybody else filing their shit on you because she filed. Mm-hmm. Because they like, oh, if Cassie is willing to file, fuck it, let's get it popping. And then with that New York Survivors Act coming out where you could file as a Jane Doe, oh, nigga, it's up.
Yeah, straight up.
It's up. All you niggas that ever did some kinky shit in the history of life, y'all all getting charged or y'all all gonna pay that money.
Yep. And seeing people in the last, because this has been what, 48 hours, 72 hours?
About 48.
Seeing y'all in the last 48 hours, seeing this video, and then still making a lane, still making a way towards, well, I'm saying, like, why would you go back to someone? And it's just like, come on, man. Like, do you not know the way victim works? Do you understand that shit?
Do you not understand Stockholm Syndrome? Do you not understand somebody financially depleting you and making you rely on them for everything?
In the video, Cassie was trying to leave the damn hotel.
I'm trying to leave right now.
And ain't get the fuck out of there.
You socked me, stomped me, and drugged me back.
And here goes the sickest part. We in the hotel. We in Hotel Monaco. We in the motherfucking.
We in a 9-star hotel.
We in the goddamn Ritz. What happens at a State Puffy?
Yeah.
What happens
Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
What happens at the crib? What happens in the condo? What happens on the PJ?
What happens in the backseat of a chauffeur-driven car?
You see what I'm saying? Ike Turner with the boot status, where it's like, you see Tina Turner performing on the stage, and you think like, oh yeah, her and Ike over the bullshit, but in reality, Tina ready to run across a 9-lane highway in pumps. Mm-hmm. Do you know how fucking crazy that got? Like she essentially ran across like the boulevard with pumps on.
Yeah.
And a white pants, like you at wit's end. And that's what happens with people in those situations where it's like, if you've never been berated like that or treated like that, and as a young man, I ain't gonna front. Because, the way of the world was fucked up. And you grow up where if you don't experience something, you almost don't even know how to have empathy for it.
Exactly.
You don't even understand how to have compassion for it. So because I grew up in a household where my mom and dad were like the greatest examples of what black love and black unity looks like, I couldn't understand how I used to say as a kid, stupid shit like that. Why shouldn't you just bounce? Why don't you just leave?
Right.
Somebody touch me, I'm leaving. I'm gonna come back.
Right.
But I'm leaving.
Yeah.
My dad used to have remember the club used to wrap around the brake pedal. It looked like a trombone. I'm going to get that. I'm going to come back and wrap it around your fucking head if you touch me. So that's how I kind of was. But then as you get older and you understand, like you just said, completely detaching someone from their family. Mm-hmm. You've seen that happen from predators. You've seen someone completely deplete you to where you only exist because of the credit cards and the cash that I give you.
Yep.
If you leave, I cut them off. You can't even go buy fucking water. You cooked. So once you understand those things and you really, really see it on a cerebral level, because again, I started playing poker and you realize you can whip somebody's ass without touching them.
Yep.
And that's the shit I learned growing up. I could beat the dog shit out of you and never touch you.
Yeah.
I told you when
I can program you to make you feel like everything is your fault, even when it's not.
Bingo. It's a manipulation game. That's what it is. It's a cerebral game. And once you really understand cerebral tactics and really, really beating somebody down where you erode the fibers of their spirit, man, it ain't even about putting hands on them. That's the icing on the cake. It's like seeing that happen in a hotel lobby, in a hotel hallway, that's not even the worst of the shit.
No. That's child's play.
That's nothing. And that's the part people are missing in this shit where you got niggas online like, I'm saying like somebody was like, we don't even know if she's spitting his face or what. And I'm just like, yo, you niggas really, really are like basket cases.
Yeah, it's moments like this where you could see that video and still try to move the goalposts and do all of this shifting around that just shows like certain humans, because it's women that's doing it too, that lack a certain level of emotional intelligence to be able to, one, examine the situation for what it is and stop the whataboutism. Well, what about this? Well, how come? And what did you think about da-da-da? And what if she, like, stop the whataboutisms? Let's deal with the fuck this is. This is damning. This is enough to where if it was fucking within the statute of limitations and for the LAPD, he'd be going to jail today. But it's not, so he's not. But that doesn't admonish him or change the fact that he did what he did and we saw what we saw. So if you can't view this and put your sister, your aunt, your cousin, a woman that you care about in that position and think, how would you feel if it were her? You are not fully developed as a human being, and you got more fucking personal development to do. You got more emotional intelligence to seek. You need to have more conversations outside of the ecosystem that you exist in that are clearly broken. If you can't look at that and feel anything but horror, you're not where you need to be in order for us to have a functioning society.
And I also think, like, to hammer that point home, I saw that video and I noticed that everybody is just like, damn, this is horrible. I can't believe he did this and this is terrible and you a piece of shit and this and the third. And nobody was really, because I said it on one post and it had a bunch of likes and I'm like, yo, the sickest part of this video is this ain't even close to the worst shit he ever done to that girl.
Yeah.
Because the shit we see, like, you ever see the couple that's arguing out in the street? That's nothing.
Yeah, no.
That's bullshit, actually.
There's a rumor that the reason why she shaved her side of her head is because he ripped her bald.
Yeah. And
then turned around and said, oh, it's a fashion statement. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that's new hip shit. You know what I'm saying?
Just line it up.
And people went with it. So it's like, if you understand the origin of, and this isn't allegedly, but it's like, if you understand the origin of where that allegedly comes from, and then it's like, damn, so we set a whole trend off of some shit that was caused by domestic abuse?
I'm here to tell you. This is just me, from what I've seen and what I've read and people I've talked to. When people are abusive, they're not just physically abusive. 9 times out of 10, the other levels of abuse match the physical, if not trump it.
Yes.
The emotional abuse, the mental abuse, the verbal abuse. It's just as damning. It is.
Yeah.
It's just as damning. You know, you can remember when you got in a fight. You can also remember the one nigga who called you a pussy in front of you. You're just like, what the fuck? So it works the same way. And seeing that for me was just like, it highlighted the fact that, like we said on here, and shout out to us, we said this shit months ago when it first popped. If you did any of this shit, you're the worst person on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
If you did all of this shit, you're a fucking monster.
Yeah, you're not fit to walk the fucking world free if you did all of this shit.
Right. And to see that in that manner of you in a towel, you kicking her with nothing on your feet, it's like you don't even care about your toes.
Yeah, you want some Barney Rubble
you
shit.
You want some straight monster shit because it's like, I don't even give a fuck about hurting myself.
Yeah.
I'm just in that mode and this is what it is. And I watched a lot. It's so sickening because you see these situations pop and you see people who, I don't like most of y'all, But I tolerate most of y'all online. But you see people where you like, damn, I thought he was okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought she was halfway cool.
Now you push the button to become intolerable, and now I don't need to see this anymore. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You air going you in, air going you out. And I think us as a society, like we've tried to right a lot of wrongs that went on historically, but we still have a long way to go for us to just understand the internal side, the empathy side of a lot of these things that went on.
Caring about people that you don't know, that you have nothing to gain from.
I watched a documentary the other day on people who built power tools, like Black & Decker and DeWalt and Milwaukee and shit. And when Black & Decker came out with their do-it-yourself, because you know Black & Decker is the king of the do-it-yourself tools, like the DIY. They did installations in hardware stores and what do they call them? Big box department stores across the nation. Do you know what the installations was? They had women using the power tools in their installations because their thing was, power tools so easy and light, even women can use it.
Right.
And the guy in it was like, that's how crazy it was. And mind you, this wasn't 17 something.
No.
This was like 1950. Like, that's how crazy Earth was. Our tools are so light and they're so easy to use. Even these dumbass hoes can drill them up. That was the energy behind the shit.
Look at her hang that picture up there.
Dumbass hoe hang this guy. Put that nail in that wall. Like, that's what the fuck they was doing.
Yeah, misogyny was for sale.
Dog. The lady who came up with the dishwasher, she was rich. She was like well off. She had maids. The maids kept scratching her fine china. So she was like, all right, we have to come up with a way for dishes to get washed and be washed safe to protect fine heirloom china. Yeah. So her and her brother came up with the washing machine. Her husband passed away, left some bread. She came up with the washing machine. Well, not the washing machine, the dishwasher. Came up with the dishwasher, fine-tuned it. The shit made sense, but it's like, why would people need to buy this? It's the 1800s. No one has, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you rich, you have a maid. Yeah. So you don't need a dishwasher. So their whole idea was, you know who could use dishwashers? Restaurants. So she started going to restaurants, selling them the idea on a dishwasher. Yeah. And they like, shit, it make total sense. We wash dishes all goddamn day, think about it, restaurant is running through dishes. The owner of a big Manhattan restaurant said, I love the idea. It makes hella sense and it would be hella useful. You need to have a man come down here and talk to me about me buying this shit. Like,
send your brother down here. I'll sign right now. I'm about 30 of these motherfuckers.
Think about that. It's a great idea, and I think it's fantastic. We could really use it. Get a motherfucking man with some sense down here, though, and I'll talk to him. Like, that's how crazy shit was.
Remember on Tommy Boy when they was traveling and they was fucking, you know, they doing sales and all that shit, and they was like, what's the number one rule? It's like, we don't pitch the bitch. And he's like, no, that's not it, man. Like, that's not it.
Yo, Tommy Boy was funny as shit. Remember he was rubbing the air freshener joint on himself? He said, will you stop? You're going to smell like a fucking cab driver. Tommy Boy was nuts. 90s. Yo, Tommy Boy was nuts. But yeah, man, in all seriousness, I think us as a people, we just have a lot more to understand about grace. We have a lot more to understand about tolerance. We have a lot more to understand about faith. Yeah. We have a lot more to just understand about each other. And everybody's running around now. And this is the problem with this internet. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion. Yep. If the opinion's wrong, if it's bad, if it's good, it's just whatever.
And I'm the opinion police. I'm here to tell y'all, some of y'all don't deserve an opinion.
I hate them, bro.
At least not a public one. Say that shit in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all don't deserve an opinion.
So to the point, shout out Kevin Dummer. We was talking the other day in the group chat about this video coming out. Yeah. So have you seen now that the alleging as to what the reason that this shit is actually happening? No. So what happened was, this is all allegation. Yeah. Puff paid the hotel an undisclosed amount of money to get the security tape. Makes all the sense in the world. Yeah. It happened in 2016. It never dropped. Puff paid the hotel an undisclosed amount to get the security tape, and to, give me that. Let's destroy any evidence of this. I'm taking it. The allegation is that's one of the tapes that was taken out of the vault in the raid of his house. And that the feds gave it to CNN.
Yeah.
That's the allegation.
Okay.
So I don't know how true that is, but I've seen that now from a few media people in the...
What I'll say is this. Let this be a lesson to dickheads everywhere that from 2008 to present day and moving forward, nothing is ever deleted.
No.
There's always a backup to a backup to a backup to a backup.
It's a cloud.
It's a cloud connected to a cloud. Like, especially when you're dealing with large multinational entities, you could, we deleted it. It's gone. Here, this is your only copy. That shit, it's not gone. Somebody has the shit. So if it's true that they found this tape in his safe, that's a whole different kind of poetic justice to all of this shit, to where it's like, not only did you get the tape, you kept it?
Like, you supposed to throw that up like skeet shooting.
That's some crackhead shit.
Some crackhead shit, right?
Only a crackhead would get the tape and keep it.
Somebody commented on the joint, said, what's his name from Menace?
AWACS?
No, with the dreads.
O-Dog.
Yeah, somebody's like, what in the O-Dog? I'm like, yeah, this nigga just
watching the tape. I'm selling these motherfuckers $79.95.
I'm like, what in the world, man? So it's like...
So that's some crackhead shit. Like, why would you keep this tape?
Again, allegedly.
Allegedly. If it's true, why would you keep this tape? The other thing that I thought immediately is CNN leading this release is another level of fuck you from whoever leaked this tape, because we talk a lot on the show about the absence of journalistic integrity.
There you go.
CNN is one of the last places where journalistic integrity exists, where you have to vet every source, where you have to dot every I, cross every T. You have to make sure that all of this shit is in line, because you don't want to be potentially in line to get sued for slander, libel, none of that shit. So the fact that CNN had possession of this video and they are the ones that debuted it tells you everything that you need to know, not only about the validity of this tape, but the existence of many, many more. Yeah. If CNN is willing to stake their journalistic reputation in 50 years of television by releasing this shit.
Niggas found mad tapes. Remember your uncle that used to tape ECW every Friday? Yeah. Nigga, they found mad shit.
Yep.
And the validity of this shit, the train of it, what they say, what's the shit they always say on Law and Order?
Chain of custody.
Chain of custody is legit.
Yep.
This ain't no bullshit. We ain't getting this from the abs.
We going right to the top. This ain't come out on no nigger news blog. This ain't on the Shade Room. This ain't on the Spiritual Word. Academics ain't no CNN, motherfucker.
Did you see all the shit with Raquel and Van Lathan now?
No.
Yeah, so Raquel, and I saved it because I wanted to bring... Raquel said, I had a conversation with Van Lathan in 2019, told him about the Diddy abuse. He said he wouldn't touch it because him and Diddy were friends. Then he called Joe Budden to tell him where his BM was hiding from him. Those were the days. 2024, the year of the truth. So Van Lathan hopped on the joint and said, I've spoken to Raquel. I'll address both of these things in order that are being brought up. Around 2018 to 2019, I was hosting a podcast called The Red Pill. Remember Red Pill? He said around that time,
Well, hold on. Why would he be hosting a podcast called The Red Pill? Van Lathan is the most blue pill data bitch male on earth.
Listen,
I hate Van Lathan for the record.
I'm just telling you. He said, around that time, Raqi came to me wanting to do 2 separate interviews. The first was with Gina Hyunh, a longtime lady friend of Diddy's. At this time, she had gone on Tasha K's platform and accused Diddy of abuse. I passed on the interview. I passed because, honestly, it's not now, nor has it ever been the type of thing I do. Also, my podcast was in partnership with TMZ, who I worked for. You can't let someone come on that type of platform and just lob allegations. You're exposed to a lawsuit. If there's evidence, photos, video that gives you more latitude, but I didn't see that. When I declined the interview with Raqi, I mentioned I knew Diddy for around 1.5 years at that point. He had been trying to get me to come work over at Revolt. I had to tell her that because if she finds out later, it looks bad. Also, when I asked people around about Diddy, about what I had heard, they said that they said I would have looked like a fool for doing the interview because she would 100% be next to him again. You know, like going back, fucking with him or whatever. I want to make something clear. This had nothing to do with Cassie. The first time I'd heard any allegations surrounding Cassie was the lawsuit. The first time I've seen any evidence was that disgusting video today. The only time I ever in my life heard of Diddy assaulting a woman was that one time Tasha K interview in 9 years.
I hate this pussy.
And I'm just like, that's the only time?
That's the only time. So you ain't heard nothing. You ain't been at no party. You ain't been in passing. You ain't been having fucking coffee in LA and ain't nobody said nothing to you. Nigga, fuck you.
So then he says, if Raquel feels like she was trying to say something and I wasn't listening, I apologize. In my time at TMZ, I turned down countless interviews, stories, tell-alls, etc.
This pussy. I hate this pussy.
Let me finish now.
I hate him, man.
It was like second nature. I watched the entire Tasha K interview and decided the interview just wasn't for me. As far as me letting her know I had a relationship with him, I thought I had to. I might have communicated that in a way that didn't do me any favors. I'm sorry for that. Some more things after Raqi contacted me. Again, leading to the Cyn Santana point. She wanted to have Cyn Santana come on the show. Cyn and Joe had just broken up, and Raqi said she wanted to come on the show to discuss her music. I was thinking about doing it. To Raqi's credit, she communicated clearly that she wanted this interview to have nothing to do with him or their breakup. I couldn't see doing an interview with her and not asking about him. It wouldn't make any sense. Since I knew I had to ask about it, I hit Joe up to let him know she would be on the show. Call didn't go that great, and at the end of it, I decided that the interview wasn't for me. Too much drama, and once again, I'd have to be chasing clicks. I was never told Cyn was in the hiding from Joe's stage. I was never told there were allegations of abuse in their relationship. I was never even told about the nature of their split. If the ex-spouse of anyone I know decides they want to interview with me, I definitely call in the person I know unless I'm told not to. That's a professional courtesy. Unless I'm given information that it's a dangerous situation. Raquel says that by alerting Joe, I alerted him that they were in California for interviews, thus telling an allegedly abusive spouse where his BM was at. So it's like, I'm thinking like, I'm just letting him know, you know, doing interviews. She out here in Cali. Joe like, oh, bet.
I'm about to come whoop this bitch ass.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And he says, last thing, Raqi is a decent lady who had this industry show her its ass. She's been abandoned and kicked around like a lot of sisters have. I have no ill will towards her because of her tweet today, but it wasn't at all fair. I've done nothing to have my name connected to that video today, to sex trafficking, to drugging or assaulting women. I've never participated in or given cover to anyone I know to be doing that. Over the last 5 years, Raqi and I have talked here and there, and I was never even given an inkling that she felt this way about me. But it's an opportunity to reevaluate how you think you're showing up and how you actually are presented to the world.
Man, Lacey, you a bitch ass nigga, and I dislike you. I've always disliked you. The angle that you take in a lot of debate and a lot of disagreements that you have with people is always very slimy. It's always very like underhanded and trying to like be the smartest guy in the room and shit like that. And this is what happens to you niggas who always think y'all the smartest guy in the room. Simple shit evades you because you think you so fucking smart all of the time. And then you find yourself lacking empathy or lacking understanding for certain situations because you want to protect this fucking boys club of all these dickheads in the entertainment industry in fucking Hollywood.
Yeah.
You deserve this to be raked over the coals. You're a fucking idiot.
I think that this is the problem with what I was saying earlier with like this overexposure to everybody's thoughts and feelings, because it's like Raqi saying that in reality, like hearing what, like it's crazy because you know what you did? You gave a detailed explanation of what she said in 20 words.
Yeah.
She literally was like, yo, I brought the girl to come do the interview with you. You was like, I ain't gonna do it because me and Diddy cool.
Yep.
And then when I brought Cyn to you, you hit up Joe and told him where Cyn was at. And it's just like, for what?
You have a pattern of this.
So for you to go and explain, well, hold on, now let me tell you why all of this happened. And you say all of this big world, it's like kind of like Kendrick world building all these records.
Yeah.
Just to get to the end of, yeah, me and Diddy been cool for a year and a half. So I was just like, no, I ain't gonna do that. Then all of this world building with Cyn and all her music and all of that, just for you to get to, yes, I'll hit Joe up. And it's like Rick James.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck would I step on the camera? I got a little bit more sense than that. See, I put my feet on the
Yeah,
couch.
it's like all this word salad. And that goes back to my point, all this smartest guy in the room shit. And it's like, Nigga, you went to a public college. Like, spare me. You didn't go to fucking Harvard or get, like, what is this? Like, I don't get this nigga. I hate your hairline. I hate the clothes you wear. I hate that watch that you had on the fucking, the hip hop unsolved crime shit, the 50 Cent show. I hate everything about this nigga, yo. And this is just another validation of, like, why I dislike a motherfucker. Like, Van Lathan, you are a fucking bozo, man. Like, to know that you had your hands on both of these situations and you completely botched both of them says everything people need to know about you.
But now you're going to have so many people bringing up this, bringing up that, telling their side of the story, telling this, telling that. And now you're going to have to deal with, to that point, people throwing all of this word salad out of trying to make it seem like it ain't this.
Yeah, you niggas got their tap dancing shoes on.
Oh, yeah. Instead of just saying, yo, bro is a fucking monster, I'm not fucking with this nigga.
Yeah.
I fucked with him at one point.
Condemn the nigga.
I fucked with him at one point because that's what the fuck this industry was. It was only 5 places you could go. Yeah. It was Def Jam, it was Bad Boy, it was motherfucking Death Row and Interscope, or you had to go below the Mason Dixon and fuck with them fucking No Limit, or motherfucking Prince and like, it was only 5 places to go in the culture. So it's like, yo, Bad Boy had a stranglehold. That shit literally was East versus West. It was 2 record labels. Yeah. They had it. All you gotta simply say is, yeah, I used to fuck with the nigga. I don't fuck with the nigga.
Right.
It's simple. But everybody, well, I mean, hold on, let's look at this from a different light and
because they're looking at it like, if he rises from the ashes, I don't want to be the one to get burned with on the other side of that shit. If he goes scorched earth, guess what? This nigga's done. It's over. It's over. Stephen A. Smith went on his fucking podcast. Puffy is done. It's over.
Ain't it crazy though? Ain't it crazy though? And you know exactly. Shout out to Brosco. Shout out to motherfucking C-Tez, like all our wrestling fans. Look at what the WWE did with Vince.
Yeah.
You the fuck out, nigga.
Your name is off the masthead. You don't get to hold no stock.
No.
You the fuck out of here,
you
bro.
Out, freak boy.
We don't care that you put 40 years into the company. Suck dick. Yeah. You done.
Triple H is not fucking with you. Stephanie not fucking. You done.
In the words, Stephanie came out at WrestleMania and said, this is the Paul Levesque era. Your daughter. Because you a fuck nigga.
Because you on some weird shit, nigga.
And if you do some fuck shit, you need to be publicly castrated.
Again.
That's how it needs to work.
Again, and I'm going to always bring it up. The way that Palm Beach, Florida reacted to Bernie Madoff. You out.
You done.
Don't even mention his name down here. It's a sin. We don't fuck with him. We got our paper back. Fuck him.
Yeah.
You stole all that money from them teachers, from them police officers. Fuck him. Don't even bring him up. But in our community, it's like, well, give bro one more shot.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck that. For what? You've been running, like, not trying to be funny, bro. You've been running wild since Tupac got killed.
Yeah.
You've been running wild.
Let's touch on
You've
that,
been running wild for 3 decades plus.
There's a nigga in jail right now, charged with the Tupac murder, who's been saying in the media for 5 years, yeah, Puffy paid us to shoot them niggas. Yeah, we wasn't thinking about that shit. We was gonna let it out. Like,
we wasn't thinking about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Puffy put that bread up. You know what I'm saying? We smoked them. You know what I'm saying? Shot Suge, killed Pac. You know what I'm saying? We tried to kill both of them. Like, there's digital record of this shit. You have a history of this. Like, his former assistant said, like, he doesn't treat people. He doesn't treat people with any human decency. This is your legacy. This is your history. Your bitch ass son making songs, stay over there, and all this rapping and tapping shit. Nigga, this ain't the time to be rapping and tapping. This time for y'all to go in hiding. Y'all playing games. Y'all think y'all can fucking Harlem shake y'all way out of this shit. This is serious.
And to be all the way fair, and I don't even know if I should say this or not, but I guess we gotta give them niggas a shout out that we didn't do the interview with the young boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, damn, shout out to y'all weird niggas for that shit. But it's just like, yeah, because we would have had a whole interview with this nigga, and it's just like,
I'm glad your bitch ass not in my catalog.
I'm glad you little ass niggas called us the Nut Ass Podcast. Thank you. Like, and we need a serious, like, washing of our whole entire, because y'all love throwing out culture when it's Kendrick saying Drake ain't this and a third. But then on the flip side, well,
let's get it.
What about the culture of the way we act with each other?
Yeah.
The way we treat each other.
Yeah.
How about that?
When do we stop using blackness as a disguise to forgive motherfuckers who do heinous shit, as opposed to holding them accountable? Where is the holding accountable part of black culture that we used to have, where we were community, and if you do something counter to the community, you got to get the fuck out.
You out the community. I remember back in the day, my mom and them was telling me, like, way back in the day, if a young girl got pregnant, she had to go live somewhere else.
Yeah.
It was like a real thing.
Yeah.
You out the community.
You embarrassing your family name, all that shit, you got to go.
Yeah. You still learn, but you're just going to do it down there.
Elsewhere.
Yeah.
Chattahoochee.
Chattahoochee
have you.
Chattahoochee. You going to Chattahoochee, Missouri.
Yeah. They have you all there.
Yeah, they got a boarding school down there. Get you right. They got a little ward for the baby. Yeah. a little ward for the baby. Like, yeah, man. But that's what we do here. We bring light to situations, man. I think it's extremely tragic. I think Puff has done such a nasty disservice to Biggie's memory, Lil' Kim's name, Faith. The whole
Faith fucked their own name up too. The man weird, yeah.
It's crazy to think, but like the niggas who went on the campaign against Puffy is the ones who left with their name unscathed.
Yep.
Ain't that wild? Locks got away scot-free. Mace got away scot-free. Well, not scot-free, but Mace got away. You know what I'm saying? Because Mace and everybody's like, I'm waiting to see what Mace say on it, because it's like, you're still like, you notice nobody's like, what Sheik got to say?
Right.
It's like, you know, they got away. They was completely out of there. And it's one of the worst cautionary tales of all time.
Yep.
That's where I'm going with it. Because unlike R. Kelly, unlike Harvey Weinstein, who else has fallen from grace? Shit, Bill Cosby.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, like, unlike all of them, you were an actual billionaire who legitimately built your entire fucking culture.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby did build a lot in comedy, but he's not like the genesis of what became. Like, Puffy's the reason that the Bentley became a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, y'all niggas was really
iced out rollies.
Y'all was really shit. The remix, like the remix is that shit is directly tied to the Bad Boy era.
Yeah, you were an innovator. You were the Steve Jobs of hip hop.
We invented the remix, nigga. Like, that's a real thing. So to see you have this stronghold on your culture where you sold your culture music, lifestyle, clothing, liquor, every fucking thing under the sun.
Voting.
Vote or die was Puffy. You were in a race with Ashton Kutcher to be the first nigga with 1 million followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, you legitimately were at the precipice for
ran the New York Marathon.
You were at the precipice for so much shit. And to see it fall, not because you was committing fucking SEC fraud, not to see it fall because you was, well, I don't want to say you was not committing murder, but you know, it's just like to see it fall apart just because you couldn't treat people with decency
and dignity.
It's just fucking crazy, bro.
Yep.
And I've seen these niggas, and I hate you niggas too. Them niggas was just like, oh, I mean, Puff ain't going to jail and he's still up, so it is what it is. And it's just like, man.
Yeah, when do we stop being slaves to money as black people?
Bruh.
When do we stop the scarcity mindset to where every single thing is cool as long as you still got some money in your bank account, even though you're morally bankrupt? Like, at what point do we stop that and stop teaching these young black men that that's a okay way to live?
Like, do you understand that, like, 15 years ago, Puff couldn't walk out down the street for the fear of getting mobbed with picture requests and autograph requests? Puff legit now is going to be in a boat where he can't walk down the street for fear of getting hit with a used tire or some crazy shit from a girl. Like, people legitimately are looking at you like, yo, what the fuck, dog? You're a pariah now.
Yep.
That's where you at.
And we got the digital fucking footprint to prove it. And I think this is the first of 10, 11, 12, 15 videos that's going to end up coming out because, again, there's always a backup to the backup, to the backup, to the backup. So you out here whooping ass and buying videos and trying to scrub the cloud and all that shit. That shit don't work, bro. Especially not when you got them sitting in the motherfucking safe. potentially. Like, that's some idiot shit.
Yeah, that's some crackhead.
That's some crackhead shit.
That's some true crackhead shit.
Yeah, no, I know they safe because I got them right here.
Because that's the purpose in the safe.
They safe in the safe.
They safe in the safe.
Yeah, put the pink coat.
All right, yeah, man. You know, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that the celebrities who are in and around, I think it's y'all duty.
Y'all gotta speak up, man. Y'all gotta have something to say. It don't just need to be me and bro with something to say, man.
It can't just be us.
Have something to say, man.
It can't possibly just be us.
Have something to say. And we saying this on Revolt Podcast Network. Have something to say, motherfucker.
Yeah. Cause if you get into some shit like that, nigga, I'm doing a press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been waiting to go solo. I knew this day would come. But no, real shit.
No, niggas is weird. I have to start by saying niggas is weird.
You know them light-skinned niggas ain't from the culture.
Kendrick Lamar tried to warn us.
K-Dot tried to tell us. But no, real shit. I'm joking, of course, but it's like real shit, man.
Come out at the press conference and not like us. Freaky, he a fan. Freaky ass nigga.
Yo, straight up, man, it can't just be me and you. We can't be the only grown-ass men with a pulse.
No.
It can't be us. And Dan on Monopoly Go. Right. It can't possibly be us.
Somebody of stature got to have something to say about this shit.
And that sometimes, Joe, I ain't gonna hold you, I be having that thought, like, are me and you just like the only ones on that island?
Yeah, with some sense.
Because there's mad platforms out here of dudes who get gazillions of downloads and listens and views. Yep. And I'd be like, I don't ever see y'all whenever it go on to.
Yeah, they don't touch nothing of substance.
Nothing.
They don't touch nothing controversial.
Nothing. And it'd be like, yo, sometimes you just have to draw your line in the sand, and then you gotta stay the fuck over
It's the
there.
Michael Jordan shit. Republicans buy sneakers too. That's how niggas is living. Niggas is like, I got the bag. I want to keep getting the bag. I ain't saying nothing good, bad, or ugly. Anything controversial, I don't got nothing to say on it. Just pumping out these interviews, these corny interviews. I'm just pumping these jobs out.
Yeah. So how was Liz?
You got 13 calls? 13 calls? You got 13 calls?
Oh, that's it. What's the most money you ever spent in a day?
What's the ice cost? What you got on a day?
You spent $155,000 in a day? Damn.
Keep it real, bro. How many pair of mic mirrors you got?
That'd be the interviews. And instead of using your platform to really bring awareness or really, really try to affect change.
Niggas is really clowns.
Niggas is real live BOZOs. And I've had, like, think about the change we've tried to affect. Talking to politicians, talking to community leaders, talking to these business owners, talking to people who are trying to build infrastructure in your city.
Yeah.
About the infrastructure that they trying to build in your city. But then on the flip side, where it's like motherfuckers is like on some shit like, yeah, but how many Cubans you done bought in your life? Like, how does that help?
44 millimeter Cuban, is it too big? Is it like, talk to me like
dog.
Jay got a 2 kilo. Is that going too crazy or no?
And then you see it's highlighted in situations like this, where it's like, this is someone who is directly tied to us. This ain't Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
This ain't motherfucking Harvey Weinstein. This is Puffy.
Yep.
Who's a direct contemporary to most of us in and around music, entertainment, television, sports, all that shit. You know what I said the other day? I'm embarrassed that I'm even tied to this fucking network. And he don't got nothing to do with the network. Yeah. But the name itself.
Yep.
I'm keeping it a buck.
Because you could sell it and resell it and all of that. It's still his network.
Like,
he founded it. Straight up. He's the founder. His name was on the masthead.
And I don't like you niggas in Africa anyway. So it's just like, the fuck. It's the God's honest truth, dog. We have to start being real. We can't keep doing this dumbass shit.
We can't keep doing the fucking cat and dog show where it's like we see shit and we still pretending like we don't see it. Like,
no.
So would you spend $5,000 on the concepts dunks? Like, is that too much? Is that like we gotta start having some real honest adult conversations to start really fuck the culture, the quote unquote culture. Mm-hmm. We gotta start setting some life standard for which the next generation is going to fucking ascribe to and live by.
And we tend to like measure our success with the dumbest shit.
Yeah, with litness.
With the dumbest shit possible. And I had
What's the most amount of hoes you had sex with in a month? Talk to me, player. BBL or natural? Like, what's going on?
And the funniest part of it all is you see it, and you know you see it. You know you see what the issue is. You know you see this shit.
Young jock, nigga. You know you see it.
Yeah. You know what's going on. But then you pretend like it's not happening. Right? And that's the reason why Puff is allowed to skate by for all them years. Yeah. Because as long as I show up in a new Bent, a new Maybach with a bunch of ice, I'm on Puffy shit. And no one is afraid. Everybody's afraid to say, yo, no. But in reality, that's y'all niggas at them pictures at Rock Nation brunch. Puffy was giving speeches at the Rock Nation. Let me tell y'all how black greatness work. Giving whole speeches at the Rock Nation brunch. All of y'all standing around listening to this shit should be speaking out about it.
Kevin Hart, what you got to say?
Because it looks crazy.
Jay, what you got to say? Y'all was in the back of the Maybach with the cute matching suits on and all that. Like, what niggas got to say?
I said it, Swiss Beats. All of y'all, like, where, like, what's going on? It can't possibly just be me and him. And Rocky. Like,
yeah, right.
It can't possibly. And that part, to me, really is annoying. Where it's like, this selective outrage, word to Chris Rock, the selective shit needs to end. You either right or you're wrong. This ain't an opinion.
Right.
And that's the part we fuck up a lot. We fuck up when it comes to going so hard over opinions as opposed to what's black and white and what's right and what's wrong.
Real shit.
This shit that you just watched is a blatant crime.
Yeah.
Blatant.
Yeah.
Blatant.
On top of the fact that you're dehumanizing somebody.
If we get that video in 2021, Puffy is in handcuffs right now. It's a blatant crime. You skated by on a statute of limitations. Cool. Yeah. But it's a blatant crime. There's no debating that.
Yeah.
So y'all trying to turn it into, well, if Cassie burnt the mashed potatoes, talk to me. Like, hold on now, let me get this straight. It's like you're trying to create a world that doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Around the fact.
Yeah, why we can't just deal with what is? Why we gotta use our imagination for dumb shit all the time?
To that point.
Why you niggas ain't using y'all imaginations to create more tech companies or more better engineering solutions and shit like that? It's always for dumb shit on the internet.
This idiot girl on Facebook earlier posted a tweet from Diddy's page that says, and I'll snatch one of y'all up too. It ain't like your baby daddy ain't doing it already. The tweet was fake. She created it to be like cause it says the tweet has been deleted. And the person comments on it was like, you can't be this gullible. There's no way this is real. She said, to be honest, I shared this hoping for more of a let's expose these men putting their hands on women type vibe. But I guess some of y'all think domestic violence is funny. And that's why we at where we at. And it's just like, no, ho, you made a fake fucking tweet to post at a time when we don't need that.
Yeah, this ain't the time for that.
This ain't the time for that. But again, whataboutisms. We'd rather argue and debate and go back and forth over some fake bullshit than real deal discuss what we really got going on right in front of us.
Yep.
And that's the problem with the culture at times. At times, the culture don't really stand for shit.
Most times.
I'm trying to be nice.
Man trying to give y'all grace. You niggas don't stand for nothing.
Nothing most of the time.
It's the bag first and foremost. You niggas ain't got no faith. You niggas ain't got no humanity. Y'all niggas don't fucking have no respect for women. Y'all have no respect for your motherfucking selves most times. Because y'all will sit around a nigga that don't mean you no good in the hopes of you get to trickle down some breadcrumbs or some little bit of money.
Big bro, nigga. Big bro.
Y'all big bro and niggas 7 years younger than you. Like, man. You niggas is embarrassing. The culture don't stand for nothing.
Oof. You killed that. That's real.
These niggas don't stand for shit.
Nothing.
Fuck these niggas. Niggas don't stand for shit. In the words of Charleston White, you niggas, in the words of Charleston White, in the words of Charleston White, you niggas coodle and dick pool celebrities. That's what y'all do.
That's real. I'm definitely trying to give niggas a little bit of
no, man, you know.
Niggas is all right a little bit, ain't they?
No, these niggas is not all right, man.
Niggas damn sure don't stand for jack shit.
This a moment for niggas to stand up and stand for something bigger than they fucking self and they fucking bank account. This is a moment. Draw a line in the sand.
Stand up for something bigger than themselves and the projected bank accounts. Because they don't be standing up for the money that's currently going. It's just the hopes.
The hopes. I don't want to be, it ain't too many power players in Black America. I ain't trying to be, offending niggas. Like
niggas really was real deal on that on Al Gore's internet talking about because they trying to tear a black man down. And,
you know what? Black man don't need no help.
Yeah.
Black man tear himself down. White man did such a good job. Black man on his own. Black man tear himself down. Black man tear himself and everybody around him down. Black man don't give a fuck.
Money is power is like some of the realest shit Puff ever said. Remember the beginning of Hate Me Now?
You kept niggas quiet for 30 years.
Puff said, money is power. I got 1 million thugs on salary. And that line always just, for whatever reason, and it's crazy because today in the gym, my playlist has Hate Me Now on it. And it came on, Escobar Season's Return. And I'm just like, yo, Puff dead has been saying this shit for years. Yeah. For years. You ever listen to the joint he did with Keisha Cole? Last night, that song sounds insane now. Remember at the end, he's like, I'll shoot that motherfucker up. Yeah. I'm just playing. You just daddy love you. And it's just like,
no, you ain't playing.
I don't know you playing. I don't know. But it's like, those type of people, they walk that very thin line of like being normal and being completely out of their fucking minds. You never know when it's going to pop.
No.
And I've heard that from women where it's like, I've heard that from women who dealt with it with their fathers. I've heard women who dealt with their husbands. Abuse is abuse. Abusive person is an abusive person. They'll do that shit to anybody.
Yep.
I know people I know who grew up in the house with an abusive father. He'd come home, he'd get on the mom ass, and he'd get on y'all. And
everybody get a beating.
And everything I've always heard from all these different people is, you never know.
Yeah. So you walking on eggshells.
You on eggshells because you never know what it's going to be that's going to trigger them and send them over the edge. It could be a bad day at work.
Yep.
Nigga could get 21 in Madden. Yep. You don't know what the fuck this nigga about to lose his shit over.
It ain't no more pepper. Like, just, it could be the most mundane thing. Like, what you mean it ain't no more butter? Line it the fuck up. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate.
It's not funny, but it's like, come on. Your face was insane.
Ain't no more pepper. No more pepper. So y'all done used all the pepper. I know I like pepper.
Why the fuck y'all saying no pepper? This nigga's an idiot.
Sorry, that was inappropriate. I apologize. I held it together long enough.
Ain't no more butter. Line it the fuck up.
Line it the fuck up.
Oh my God. Oh man, I'm so sorry for that. That was funny. God damn. It was doing real good too. Oh my goodness. But it's not funny because it's like, yo,
it be minuscule shit that turns
having to deal with that is probably like, I couldn't imagine no shit like that. So my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to women who have to put up with this kind of shit. And even the niggas who, this is the last one, I saw niggas doing when y'all niggas is chasing around after these players and all this money, this is what the fuck you gotta deal with. And it's just like, no, it's not.
Yeah, nobody wanted to hear from the broke delegation about how y'all...
broke delegation don't even need to be talking right
about
now.
Y'all jilted lover stories and all this shit because the bad bitch don't want you. Like, shut the fuck up,
no, the fuck is not. You could be in a full loving relationship with anybody on any level. That don't come with the territory. Motherfuckers have it in their brain that it's like, yeah, you fuck with niggas with paper, got the A.
Yeah, I mean, that nigga successful. What you think?
Like, what the fuck?
Niggas, that's a whole nother conversation for another episode.
That's another 2.5 hours.
But niggas will use whatever they can to justify their mediocrity or their lack of fucking success.
Or their lack to a decent fucking woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is what you hoes get. You chasing around after this motherfucker, and it's just
and
like...
I try to take you on a date. I want to take you to Shoney's or something. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go with me. You want to go to motherfucking katanas and all that. I ain't, you know.
I try to take the bitch to Ribbit. And, motherfucking bitch ain't want to go up the boulevard. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Frog legs are slamming. You know what I'm saying? She playing a lot of games.
Hey, man. And that's all it be. People that are hurt come out of the woodworks in these situations with all of their hurt, with all of their trauma, with all of their letdowns in life, and they start throwing that shit around the room and just seeing what stick on whatever wall. Then they like, oh, I got one, cool. How about this, y'all?
Yeah.
And then it'd be more and more nonsense. Instead of, Puff is a piece of shit.
Yes.
We've known this, though. He's a piece of shit. To see this video, it's as damning as it could have possibly been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And think about how...
In plain view.
And think about Cassie just like, yo, you said you was going to do this. You didn't do this. I'm suing your motherfucking ass. She got the bread and said, you know what? I'm married. I got kids now.
I'm out of here.
Listen, just leave me out of it. Cass ain't on fucking Real Housewives of Minneapolis talking fucking crazy about you. She ain't on Basketball Wives, even though she ain't married to a basketball player.
Because I'm trying to move on from a traumatic situation.
I ain't seen her on one interview, on The View, on nothing, saying nothing crazy about your motherfucking ass.
Living a quiet life.
Just out the way. And it's crazy to see that and to see these things go on, and people are legitimately trying to like fight it and reword it and rework it. It just don't work like that, man. Yeah. So, end of the day, I guess we could end it the way they end normal television shows about these things and shit. Domestic violence, domestic abuse is not fucking cool.
Yep.
There's nothing thorough about it. There's nothing lit about it. If you a man that puts your hands on your woman, I think you're a piece of shit. I think you're a fucking weirdo. I think you dead ass deserve to be in jail. I don't give a fuck what the circumstances are. I don't give a fuck what the goings-ons are. Them couples that be, because I've met them in my life. Them couples that be like, yeah, we be going at it. What the fuck you mean y'all be going at it?
Y'all both need to heal.
Y'all both need to go into a block of ice like Demolition.
Like David Blaine
like
in New York in Times Square.
Like none of that shit is cool on both sides. Domestic violence ain't lit nowhere.
Nowhere.
If you supposed to love this person.
Everybody should keep their hands to themselves.
Yo, it's crazy because me and Lee were having a conversation. We was in New York the other day and we was like, we just had this bomb. You ever had like this good ass? We just had like the most bomb convo ever. Now, mind you, we were drunk and smoking hookah in a hookah lounge at 2:30 in the morning, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But we had a great conversation, and it was just like, yo, 13 years of knowing each other, through our ups, through our downs, through our splits, through all this shit. We've never called each other one time out of our names.
That's
never.
That's great.
Never. And just like, I wouldn't even know. It was funny because one day, this was a couple weeks ago, Chloe, that's our dog. Chloe was doing something and I had like held down a piece of salmon and she like literally snatched it out of my hand and ate it real fast. And I was like, damn, she's really hungry because she was like getting her food. I'm like, damn, she's really hungry. And Lee was like, of course she is, fat ass. But she's like saying it about the she's like, of course she is, her little fat ass. But the way I heard it was like, of course she is, fat ass. And I'm like, wait, what now?
Come again?
And she was like, what? She is a little fat ass greedy dog. And I was like, oh, you talking about the Chloe? And she was like, why the fuck would I say that about her? I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. I was, shit kind of caught me off guard.
I was taken aback.
But 13 years, I've never even called her a bitch. And that's nothing to even be proud of. That's honestly that should just be
the way you're supposed to honor your woman.
But it's just, I know people that are in relationships where they're all kinds of funky they say crazy shit to each other.
Yeah.
They fight, they chase each other down the street. They do all just menacing shit to each other.
Yeah.
And none of it, there are people who believe that that's like, oh, y'all ain't even really in love if y'all ain't never, my man one day was like, no, I keep it a buck with you, dog. I chased my girl because he drives trucks. I chased the bitch down motherfucking Lindbergh Boulevard in the 18-wheeler. That's when you know it's real. I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to get an 18-wheeler?
No, you can borrow my shit.
You can borrow my shit.
I ain't on the road. You know what I'm saying? You can borrow my shit. Chase your bitch. You know what I'm saying?
That way y'all know y'all tied in, soul tied in. I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to get an 18-wheeler? Like, nigga logic is crazy.
Yo, the shit that niggas assign value to be so insane.
Oh my God.
This is why I limit how much I talk to niggas 5 hours a week now.
Like, oh.
Y'all get 1 hour a day for weekdays. Weekends, I don't talk to niggas.
Are you still on Twitter?
Yes.
Oh my God. Listen, I done Twitter crazy as shit.
I just like every couple of days I'm reminded, like, damn, I got off Twitter at the perfect time. NBA finals, I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna holler at y'all. Until then, argue amongst yourselves. And that was the thing why I deactivated. I didn't want to come back to 3,000 mentions or whatever. So I just deactivated. Like, argue amongst yourselves.
You know, though, if you keep it deactivated for money, go away.
Yeah. Okay. I got a reminder.
Oh,
set.
got to see
Like,
I ain't said it, John. I lost my shit.
Yeah, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back.
Yeah, got an alarm.
Got an alarm a week before.
Nigga, fuck. That's funny as shit. But yeah, man, to put the bow on it, if you're in a situation where you feel like you're being abused, you feel like you're being shortchanged, you feel like you're being not appreciated, seek help. There are tons of hotlines. There are tons of people.
I got the number here for the National Domestic Violence Hotline.
This is why I love you.
1-800-799-7233. You can also text BEGIN in all capitals to 88788. They also have a website. They got a chat box. You can go on their website and, talk to them. And it's thehotline.org is the website.
That's why I fucks with you. Because I'm thinking it, but I just didn't take the time. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's real, man. I saw that video and I saw the women that I know.
Yeah, and if you watched that and didn't see that, you got more personal development to do. I saw my sisters, I saw female friends, I saw my mother, I saw women that I care about in that situation, and that materialized it for me.
I couldn't imagine seeing that and that being not even like family. My sisters, that's one thing, but I mean just women I know. Yeah. Women I fuck with. Like, I couldn't imagine seeing some of my female friends and that being the reality of what's going on. It'd just be like, yo, where you at, yo? Yeah. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I genuinely felt like, yo, where the fuck Puff at, yo? And if you, like you said, if you didn't, you have a problem. Yeah. There's something wrong with you, man, because that shit ain't cool.
And all you niggas that, with y'all whataboutisms and all of that, taking up for him and they're trying to take a black man down and all that, I hope you heal. I hope you seek a resource to figure your fucking self out to why y'all jump into certain shit. 3% of the information when it'd be information abound and y'all just jump over that and be like, no, because you niggas is trying to tear a black man down.
We got the whole information highway out here. You niggas is just walking along a dirt road.
The information back block. Like, on the back block. Ain't learning shit. Like, embarrassing yourselves, your legacy, and other people, man. Knock it off, man.
Straight up, man. This was great. I got nothing else.
We love y'all. We fuck with y'all, man.
We appreciate y'all.
If y'all know somebody that's in a domestic violence situation or whatever, and they not ready to speak up, seek help for them. If you got to be the bad guy in a moment, you know what I'm saying? Do what need to be done, but these situations need to stop. Everybody should keep their hands to themselves. Everybody should have a certain measure of respect, decency, and humanity for the next person.
Somebody, a thing I saw on Facebook said, coming home to a home that doesn't feel like a home is a different type of hell. Yeah. And I'm like, damn.
Because you're going to spend more time at home and with this person than you do with anybody else.
And it made me think about, remember I was having a conversation recently, it was just like, yo, I really enjoy being home.
Yeah. That's my shit.
It's my shit. Like, I dead ass like that shit.
Big screen TV. Got all the channels.
There's some pussy in there.
Food in there.
Food in there. It's just good. I'm kind of ready for you niggas to get the fuck out. Like, it's cool as shit in there. Real talk. You see, I was loaded on snacks the other day. I got the Teddy Grahams.
You know what's up when you got the Teddy Grahams.
You know what's up when you got a fresh box.
Get some of them Dunkaroos over there.
You know what you said the other day? I'm going to get some. I'm going to hurt myself.
Loaded to death.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, end of the day, if you in a home that don't feel like a home, that's a different type of hell. And that's real. And nobody should go through that shit. You go out into this world, it ain't even no guarantee that you're going to make it back.
Real shit.
So to go out in the world where it's no guarantee that you're going to make it back, just for you to make it back and then have to deal with all kinds of nonsense is some other... Because I could have just stayed out there. Mm-hmm. I could just walk around Central Park all motherfucking night. Real shit. I'll get my issue out there. Camden, I just walk around. Right. Like, Chester, I could just walk around. But for me to go out into the world where there's no guarantee that I'm going to come back with all the craziness that the world has to offer, make it back home, and then I got to go through the craziness that I didn't go through out there.
Real shit.
No.
That ain't that.
That ain't that. So if you are in that, please get help. If you know somebody in that, please get them help. And I hope y'all really, really take time to really, really understand, yo, you only got one life to live. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be respected. I got nothing else.
It's a great way to end the show, man.
We out.
Peace.